Namaste, welcome to Nisargwani. Today we are in conversation with Professor S.N. Pandey sir, who is currently the Pro Chancellor of Global Open University, Nagaland. Professor Pandey has a long experience of working with reputed hospitals and institutions across India, including his tenure from 1982 to 1985 as a principal of the Government Naturopathic Medical College, Hyderabad.
Today we have Dr. S.N. Pandey, a senior most naturopath known in this country and practicing naturopathy and teaching naturopathy for more than 5 decades. And today he is Pro-Chancellor of Global Open University located in Nagaland. Now, thank you very much, sir, first of all, for accepting our invitation and coming here to share your experience in the field, both the entire evolution process of the system of naturopathy in this country and also the way forward in future. And you are a bridge between that older generation and then current generation. And you are also involved in clinical and academic and also research and also administration with regard to nature cure. Having vast experience in all these fields and then having known to have contacts with 3 big naturopathy institutions. The Calcutta Naturopathy College, many people do not know that there was a college existed. And then also a Lucknow College, primarily from where you have studied, and also the Hyderabad College where you worked as a principal later. And then I, one of those fortunate students who could attend your philosophy of nature cure classes. So with this introduction, sir, now it's over to you. Tell us how, born in Myanmar, you came to India and then landed up with nature cure.
So presently I am Pro-Chancellor of Global Open University. Earlier I was Vice Chancellor in Indira Gandhi Technological and Medical Sciences University in Arunachal Pradesh. So actually I came to India in 1967. The reason for my coming from Myanmar was that there was army rule in Myanmar, and I was a student union leader in those days. So something wrong happened and people told me you leave the country. And I had to leave the country and I came to Kolkata first in 1967. My grandfather was practicing this hydrotherapy and all that. He was knowing Louis Kuhne. In those days, the term nature cure or naturopathy was not very popular in Myanmar. They used to call Kuhne Chikitsa, Kuhne therapy. So my grandfather was practicing Kuhne therapy. I learned a little from him, and on coming to Kolkata, I thought of practicing naturopathy, so I started naturopathy in Kolkata. But Kolkata was a highly thickly populated city in those days, and a lot of pollution. And secondly, there was a language problem also. I was not knowing Bengali. Most of the people who come for treatment, they speak Bengali. So ultimately, I shifted to Lucknow. So in Lucknow, I came in touch with Dr. K.R. Dilkash. Dilkash was a very renowned naturopath. He was the principal of National College of Naturopathy and Research, and he was one of the most prominent naturopaths of its time in UP. So I started naturopathy with him in the year 1968. He was running a nursing home. It is 50-bedded nursing home. And the beauty of that nursing home was some of the very prominent allopathic physicians of the time, they used to practice there, and they have their chambers in that nursing home. And we, the naturopaths, we were also practicing. We have a very good interaction with allopathic people. You see, some of the retired professors from KGMC, King George Medical College, Lucknow, they used to practice there. So from the very early days, I have had a very good team to work with. Dr. Dilkashi was a renowned naturopath. There was one lady doctor. She was a renowned gynecologist of the time. And there was a surgeon also. So I have a good exposure there. And in the year 1978, we started a college there, known as National College of Naturopathy and Research. That college got recognition from CCRYN in 1980, and it started getting grant in aid. In 1980, I shifted to CCRYN. You may be knowing that I am the first naturopath to get an appointment in CCRYN as a research assistant. After 3-4 months, I was promoted as assistant research officer. So I worked in CCRYN for around 27 years. And in between, I was sent to Gandhi Nature Cure College. There, I headed the college for 3 years from 1982 to 85. And during those days, the first ever health university came up in Vijayawada, AP University of Health Sciences. Now it is NTR University of Health Sciences. So I applied with them for recognition of our college also, for affiliation of our Gandhi Nature Cure College also. In those days, Gandhi Nature Cure College, Hyderabad was affiliated to Osmania University. So Professor Su Narayana ji was a Vice Chancellor in Health Science University. He told me that your course is of 4.5 years. It cannot be affiliated unless you upgrade the course. So we upgraded the course from 4.5 years to 5.5 years. For doing it, University of Health Sciences appointed one inspection commission, and I was the chairman of that commission. And we submitted our recommendations. Dr. Satyanarayana was member secretary. It was in 1985, I suppose. By that time, I left the college, but Professor Su Narayana ji remembered me and he appointed me as chairman of the inspection commission. And Dr. Satyanarayana was a member secretary, and one Dr. Reddy from Karnataka, he was a member of the committee. So we submitted our report for upgradation of the college, and that's how BNYS came up. So it is a very long period. Today I am remembering all my old friends, Dr. Venkat Rao, Dr. Vijaya Lakshmi, Dr. K.R. Dilkash, Dr. S.J. Singh, Swami Dhirendra Brahmachari, Dr. Hira Lal. And in those days, you may be knowing that nature cure was very popular in Andhra Pradesh, UP, West Bengal, and Maharashtra. In other states, it was not so popular. In Madhya Pradesh, there were a few people practicing, and Madhya Pradesh government also took interest and they recognized naturopathy. In Gujarat, there was one Jayanti Thakur, you may be remembering him. He was a very prominent naturopath of his time. And you may be knowing that he went to Germany in those days to teach yoga and naturopathy to Hitler. He was a revolutionary, and on return, he occupied Ahmedabad for 3 days, and he declared himself as the Prime Minister of Ahmedabad. Later, he was caught by Britishers and put in jail. So he commanded a very high respect also from leaders of those days, like Morarji Bhai and Sriman Narayan ji and all that. So it is very long story. And today I am remembering so many people. You know, in Gujarat, they started 4 years regular course, and Sriman Narayanji was governor of Gujarat. He recognized naturopathy for the first time in Gujarat. And all those people who studied naturopathy, subsequently they were registered as medical practitioners. So none of them were registered as naturopaths. They were all medical practitioners. And later that college had to be closed down. Jayanti Thakur established one nature cure hospital in Ahmedabad in the name of Basant Nature Cure Hospital. Basant was his friend in jail. He died in jail. So in his memory, he established. So that hospital is still running, and it was very popular for treating kidney diseases in those days. So that is how I came to naturopathy. Actually, naturopathy is such a system that once you study it, you cannot live the whole life. This bacteria of naturopathy is very dangerous bacteria. You will leave everything, but you cannot leave naturopathy. That happened to me also. I was a journalist. I leave journalism. I was in very active politics. I left politics, and I continued with naturopathy. From 1967 till date, whatever position I was, I never left naturopathy. I can leave everything except naturopathy. So that is the journey from 67 to this day. And I'm thankful to so many people who have helped me in staying in this field.
What exactly attracted you most in naturopathy? What concept or principle or philosophy, that is different from everything else?
Oh, actually, when I started naturopathy was termed as quackery. And till 1967, naturopathy was treated as quackery. And we had to fight with the allopathy people and those other system doctors who were practicing medicine, because they used to say, how can a patient be cured without medicine? We demonstrated that, see, we can cure arthritis, we can cure gastrointestinal problems, we can cure asthma, we can cure this, we can cure that. And somehow, that tag of quackery ended after 5-10 years. By the year 1980, this term quackery was no more used for naturopaths, because by then your Gandhi Nature College came up with a affiliation from Osmania University. So in those days, we used to show to the people that, see, Mahatma Gandhi ji established Urdi Kanchan Hospital, Nisargwani Kendra Urdi Kanchan, and he was the first naturopath to serve there. And thereafter, Balkova ji, the brother of Vinoba Bhave ji, he looked after the hospital. And now there is a college which is affiliated to university. So all these helped us from getting rid of this tag of quackery. Why I became specially interested to naturopathy was, in those days, influence of Gandhiji was too much on naturopathy. Most of the people who are in the field of naturopathy, they were followers of Mahatma Gandhi in those days. And I was in active politics. The whole day we have to do this and that. And I got fed up. I believe in Satya. I believe in Ahimsa. And all these Satya and Ahimsa were part of naturopathy in those days. You may or may not be knowing that naturopathy stands for vegetarianism in those days. Naturopathy stands for anti-alcoholic movement. It was Morarji Bhai and all that. They were especially for against alcoholism and all that. And this ahimsa and satya, the truthfulness and the not harming to anybody, these were the elements of naturopathy in those days. Now very few people talk about it. Vegetarianism is no more part of naturopathy nowadays. I find many, you see, new naturopaths, they are no more vegetarians. They are non-veg. They go for beer and alcohol. But those were not there in those days. So all these things attracted me. And poverty was too much in those days. I believed that if naturopathy is propagated down to villages, this health of the nation can be improved a lot. That was my belief. I was secretary of Socialist Party in those days. I left Socialist Party and devoted my whole life for naturopathy, with the belief that by spreading this therapy, this pathy, health of the nation can be improved. Crimes can be checked. Alcoholism can be stopped. Drug abuse can be stopped. All these were the elements which attracted me. And over and above all, that was a minority movement globally in those days. It was spreading in many countries, and we were part of it. And all this made me stay in naturopathy and study hard, work with the people, and improve myself. And today, you see, naturopathy is welcomed everywhere. I am very grateful to all my colleagues and old generation naturopaths who have devoted their life for naturopathy. There were naturopaths who used to write wills that if I fall ill in old age, don't took me to any allopathy hospital or medicine. What I mean to say is naturopathy was not less than religion in those days. That much devotion I don't see today. But still there are people who are 100% devoted to naturopathy, who believe in all these ideals.